Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to each of you for being here. I think everyone's been horrified by what we have seen in Israel over the last few days, and we've also recognized that there is a direct threat to the homeland. When you look at what is happening at that southern border, and I had pulled some numbers. Border agents apprehended 19 Iranians and 17 Syrians since last Monday. That's absolutely astounding. That is since last Monday. And there are over 260 individuals on the terrorist watch list that have been apprehended at the southern border. And there can be no doubt that President Biden's open border has created the perfect storm for terrorists because it makes for easy entry. So, Mr. Stimson, I want to come to you on that, given that you've had a role previously in your life over at DOD. And when you look at these persons, the thousands of persons of interest that have come to the border, when you look at the ones that are on the terrorist watch list, when you look at individuals that are in that unknown got-away category, I want you to talk for a little bit about what you see as the concern on the stark rise of individuals coming across that border that are on that terrorist watch list. When you look at the fact that in 2019 we had 0 come across, and then in 2021 the number upped and it's upped again. If you'll address that, please.
Thank you, Senator Blackburn. You're referring to my time as Deputy Assistant Defense Secretary in charge of detainee policy in the Bush administration, and I've been in the room in the same facility as Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the mastermind of 9/11, and the formerly held CIA detainees who are now currently housed at Gitmo. They have a saying. You have watches, we have calendars. They take a long view of how they're going to destroy this country. And I'm gravely concerned with this porous border. We don't know what we don't know. We don't know how many we didn't catch who came to this country. We've seen this rise of anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism in this country after the Hamas savages did what they did to the people and children and women in Israel. And so there is no doubt in my mind, this is based on my hunch, I have no classified information or access to that anymore in my current job, that there are bad actors in this country and they came through the border. And so I think we should be open-eyed and clear-eyed about that going forward.
Well, and I think that Director Wray's warning of potential Hamas attacks on the homeland should be something that causes us all pause as we look at what is happening here. I want to touch with you on the trafficking of children at the southern border and the crisis that has presented us with. I have been appalled that this administration removed DNA testing at the border, 45-minute test, and when we did it, we found that a third of the children were being trafficked. And now we find out that the children that DHS has in custody, or should have had in custody, out of the 335,000, they've lost 85,000 of those children. They do not know where they are. They don't know if they are dead or alive, and or if they're being placed into sex trafficking, labor gangs, things of that nature. We also know that DOJ indicated that over a 10-year period, 46% of the UACs disappeared before their hearings, and they failed to fulfill that notice to appear. And that's over half of the almost 50,000 children given notices to appear that have gone missing before their court date. So isn't it possible or even likely that a number of these children who have failed to appear in court have been trafficked or exploited?
I think it's hard to disagree with that statement. And, I, like everyone here to the left and my right, think that young kids in any court proceeding, whether it's criminal or otherwise, should have an attorney, especially one trained in forensic speaking at a child-appropriate level. The question is who pays, and I think we have differences of opinion on that. But I think the fate of many of these children is not good.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I do want to acknowledge other members have come and gone with other committees meeting this morning, so not sure whether or not Senator Tillis, Senator Booker, Senator Klobuchar, or others will return. But in the meantime, we do have additional